this past June in the beautiful country of Italy. So the main inspiration for these was my own passion and enjoyment of bicycling. It's something that I have done since childhood, and it's one of the most freeing things that I'm able to do. One of the things I feel like I'm able to clear my head when I'm riding, and one of the things I feel I'm just very at ease and at peace when I'm doing so, and able to kind of meditate in a sense. And so, to me, these pictures of the bikes that I took, it's more than just a hunk of metal and rubber. It's a picture of something that tells a story, and I think that's what photography does so well in general. And as I was taking these pictures and as I was exploring the streets of Florence and Rome, I couldn't help but see some of the bikes that caught my attention and wonder, where have these bikes been? Who have they taken, and where have they taken these people to? How did this bike get to the exact place that it is right now? How long has it been here? Why is it all busted up and chained to the light? Just curious and digging for that deeper understanding of the role that something as simple as a bicycle played in someone else's life, whether it's going to the grocery store or going to visit a sick relative or whatever it might be that took them from point A to point B. The bicycle is almost, in a sense, the literal vehicle in which certain memories and experiences are created. Bike number 10, and that print was taken while I was in Rome one night. It was our last night in Rome, actually, and we had just walked past the Colosseum, and we saw this bike, or I saw this bike just sitting leaned up against a light pole, and I saw that the tire and the rim was all bent and messed up. But my eye caught the fact that it was chained up and secured to a light post that was just illuminating just the bike, and everything else around it was kind of dark. And I found it so interesting that a bike in that condition was still being held secure, even though, who's going to steal a bike that you can't ride? And so something about that idea, that juxtaposition of it, was really, really intriguing to me. And again, kind of following off of my earlier statement, just that curiosity of how did this bike get here, and why is it in the condition that it is right now? So that's kind of the inspiration and the concept behind that piece of it. My favorite thing to photograph, I would say, abstract things. My favorite pieces that I have personally are pieces that when you look at, you're not quite sure what you're looking at. I have a series that I've called Tiny Bubbles, and the photos themselves were taken at the Houston Zoo during Zoo Lights last year, 2018, and there was this little, it was like a large tent, and it had these ornament-looking things kind of hanging down, but they changed colors, and the colors kind of cascaded down the ornaments, and so I went underneath them and took a picture looking straight up, but when you look at the photo itself, you can't really tell what you're looking at. It almost looks like some sort of underwater creature, or maybe some sort of scientific, like a molecule or something. There's so many different ways it can be looked at or interpreted, and that's my favorite approach to art and photos I take, is stuff that makes people question what they're looking at and try to look on a deeper level and look at it beyond just what's on the surface of what you see, and also the fact that it's a little more open to interpretation, and people are kind of able to create their own stories around it and take out of it whatever kind of mindset they're in when they look at it. So yeah, just kind of abstract stuff, I'd say, is my favorite. So if you are looking to purchase any of my art, or if you're looking to work together and collaborate on a project or any sort of photography needs you have, you can hit up my website, livealivephotography.com. Like live as in I live, and alive as in I'm alive. So livealivephotography.com. All my contact info is there. My print shop is hosted there as well if you're looking to buy anything. And I'm always adding new prints and always adding different pieces that get added to my collection as time goes on.
We are a bike shop, Cool Cat Cycles, but I think we're more than just a bike shop. We're a meeting place. There are a lot of people who come here for bikes and then they just keep coming for many other reasons. We decided to open a bike shop in this area because we love bikes and we love bike culture. We all commute by bikes. I had my first car, I was 30 years old. I did not need to have a car before that. I love bikes as a transportation option. I believe in transportation freedom for everybody. And there was no shop here that would support my view of bikes. We wanted bikes to be accessible for all ages and all abilities. And I wanted this place to be really bike friendly. So I thought if I open a shop that speaks to very many people and get more people on bikes, this area will be bike friendly, will be safer for me, will be safer for my child, and hopefully Cinque Ranch will become something that I want it to be, see people rather than cars on the streets. So that's why we did it. There's so many customers that we love. I'm always at the shop, so I'm here every day, and we remember every single person who comes here. But one of my favorite stories is this lady who's, her kids grew up already. She has some time on her own, and she lives by this beautiful bike path, but she couldn't ride bikes. So she came over and she said, I never had an opportunity to own a bike as a child, and she comes from another country, so she never learned. And I said, I'll teach you to ride. I know how to do it. And I did. It took us about 7 days. She would come here every day to practice a little bit on one of our bikes. And I left her alone for 30 minutes on day number 5. And then I came out to check on her, and she was riding all by herself. And then I taught her daughter and a bunch of her friends. So it kind of snowballed from then on. But the most amazing thing is that she would send me the videos of her daughter riding, who's also an adult, or her ride stories. And she would say, I went over here, or I went over there by bike. She just texted to me. I just find it beautiful. And literally what she said? She said, bikes gave me wings because I never felt that type of feeling where you're kind of floating in the air. So that's literally what she said. And it's pretty amazing. We love her. I love that I have a business that gives me a platform to be socially active in my community, to hopefully change my community. So for me, being an entrepreneur is not as much making money, though I want to survive as a business owner, but as an influence in my local area. And that's why we have the shop that we have, and we have it in the area that we have. I live right here. These people around here are my neighbors. My kid goes to local schools. I came up with Cool Cat Cycles as a shop because there's a lot of cats in cycling. So cat is category in racing. So Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3 is a category for racing. Also, there's a type of race that's called alley cat racing. It's an urban scavenger hunt on bikes, which is a lot of fun. And cyclists love cats, and cats can feed on the bike really well. So, and then I thought, if you ride your bikes as much as we do, you're a cool cat. So, hence Cool Cat Cycles. And the funny thing about the logo and the name, small kids love our logo. They can't read yet, but they see a cat on the bike, and they come in here, and then they pull their parents in. And then if a kid has a good image of a bike, maybe in the future they will choose bike as their lifestyle. So, it works. We're located on 22756 Westheimer Parkway in Villaggio Town Center. Our website is www.coolcatcycles.com. We're open 10 to 7 every day, 10 to 6 on Saturdays, and we're here on Sunday as well. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.